Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
This is Ed in San Diego, and you're looking at San Diego Bay, and that's the beautiful Coronado Bridge, which connects Coronado with San Diego. And it's 8:02 today, and it's Monday, April 4. I just wanted to be sure. I had to look it up. And Angie Weinberger is our special guest again on Global TV Talk Show, and she's in Zurich, Switzerland. So what was today like? Has spring come to Zurich?
Well, over the weekend, we actually had snow. You wouldn't believe it.
Whoa.
So spring has come, but snow came back as well. And it looks a little sunnier and a bit warmer now outside, but it's actually quite cold.
Okay, so that's the last push of moisture so that the flowers can bloom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, for Easter, just in time. Yeah. Okay, so Angie, I wanted to ask you about these special workshops that you are producing. And first of all, you've had some for a long time, but what is special about the ones in late March and the ones upcoming in April?
Mm-hmm. So we usually run like a series of 3 free workshops, and they're around the theme of fame, friends, and finances. So we covered fame and friends already, and this last one is about finances. It's actually a very, very quick 1-hour workshop, where people can learn how they can determine the minimum income that they need to earn, how they can fit a global lifestyle, and basically, like any kind of job, self-employment, gig work, whatever they would like to do, into a package, rather than just, hunting for full-time jobs and full-time employment. And I'm convinced we need to become more flexible in terms of the kind of way we engage with employers. And this is sort of the start.
Are most of your customers women?
I would say probably 60% are women, but more and more, also we have the male expat partners. So
Yeah,
partnerships
interesting.
get
Yeah.
more diverse, more flexible.
Yeah.
Gay couples become the norm. So yeah, I think, you can no longer say it's a certain gender that has the aspiration of, living the expat partner lifestyle.
Yeah, interesting. Now, are these people Americans or Europeans? Mixture?
They come from all over the world, actually. So a very diverse group of people. Sometimes we have people in the workshop that are not actually moving to Switzerland. They're just interested in the topic. And I think that's great because it just gives us a bit more global diversity in our
Yeah, that's
audience.
really interesting. Okay, so in the topic about speaking up, getting more of your voice, do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Introduce that session about how to find your voice in the sea of noise, I think is what you said.
Yeah, it's so, it's basically, I'm taking the clients through a journey, and a lot of my own experience comes in, like, how we developed a brand, how we developed a mission.
Oh, it lost you.
Like, you hear me now?
Yeah, but just you, if you don't mind just repeating, this will get edited.
Yeah, so
You're taking your clients through and then it stopped.
I'm taking the clients on a journey.
Yeah.
And it's, it's based also on my own experience of the last 10 years of having my own company and being on a mission to bring the human touch back into global mobility. So, what you need to basically get into a publishing routine, starting a newsletter, what kind of channels you want to be on, why that is important, the mistakes I made and they should not make. And I take them through those things step by step so they can at the same time take notes, they get a workbook and reflect on, what is important to them personally. And
It
usually we
sounds
also
like
have a,
you really invested in this. There's a lot of prep work and a lot of course guidance, as I'm seeing.
yeah, and I love to do these things. And the more we offer this workshop, the easier it gets, obviously. So people, even people who have attended it several times, like my team, they're taking notes because most of my team members are freelancers. So they were like, "Oh, I'm always learning something new from going through that particular self-reflection exercise." So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so people have been impacted. Well, everybody's been impacted by the pandemic one way or another, companies, people.
Mhm.
Um, have you noticed a shift in anxiety or worry? Or what, people come into your class and it's like an
I think,
escape,
yeah,
for people.
I would say that, I mean, we've talked about this in the past already, but I think the general level of anxiety, stress, and insecurities about the future in most countries here in Europe are really high. So what I take away when I see my clients in these kind of workshops is that usually they take away a bit of a spark, yeah, some kind of inspiration. It's not all hopeless, there's always like one door closes and two or three other doors open. So even if it sometimes seems like people are in a difficult situation, I think also what we need to learn is there's not only one way to happiness. So now we have, through the internet, for example, we have so many ways to work and gain an income. So one of the examples I'm using in that workshop, for example, if you publish regularly on a blog 52 hours a week, 1,000 words or 2,000 words, that's already a book at the end of the year. Yeah? So then you can publish a book. And self-publishing is not as difficult as it might seem. So the more you work in these kind of areas, the more you build a voice, the more you build a repertoire of things you can publish and gain an income on. Even if it's small, it's still an income.
That's inspiring. In fact, I was thinking over the weekend that it's time for me to collect my wits about myself, and because I have all this database stuff, all this information, and
It's time to
it's
write
over there,
Ed
it's over
Cohen,
there.
the Ed Cohen story.
Oh, well, I'm not sure anybody would want to read that, but they may want to watch the movie, though.
Yeah, why not?
I'm just joking.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by Porchlight Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by heirs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at heirs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
Stop dreaming and start living overseas. International lifestyle consultant Emily Braun can help you seamlessly transition to your new life in your dream destination. Whether you are a retiree, a digital nomad, or a mobile executive, Emily Braun can make your transition overseas a success. Visit emilybraun.com.
Coutalis is a global group with a worldwide footprint. With 16 agencies in 10 countries, Coutalis offers companies and mobile professionals a unique combination of HR services and options. Find us at coutalis.com.
Take your communication skills to the next level. Barbara Bolt of Bolt Global has a passion to make you shine. As our globe expands, effective intercultural communication and presentation is a must. Visit boltglobal.com.
So, what do you got coming up? What's the red couch approach? Is that a special kind of session?
Yeah, so that is an idea that I got from one of my clients, one of my previous clients, because I have this old red couch in my living room. And, normally when you go to see a therapist, you lie on the red couch. Yeah, like that's sort of the idea. But in this kind of a conversation that we have in the red couch interview, it's sort of the other way around. I sit on the red couch and I ask 5 questions to usually an inspiring woman, but I want to open it to all genders. Yeah, it's just in the beginning, it was an idea to help more of my clients be seen so that they, get over their fear of being on camera. And now we've run a few of those. It's usually 15 minutes max. We publish them on YouTube. And then, let's say from probably end of April, start of May onwards, I will invite all genders to join the red couch. So it's a little project of mine that I just did, also because I was inspired from Global TV Talk, to just do a bit more on video and YouTube. But at the same time, I thought it would be easier to get started with interviewing other people than just talking by myself for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, right,
Who wants
right.
to listen to me for 15 minutes?
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I haven't done more of that. So your sessions are using Zoom or TV.
And so for the red couch,
Yeah,
we record them on Zoom and then we put them on YouTube.
yeah, okay.
So
But the
yes,
other sessions are in what, a classroom?
it's totally diverse. It really depends on what the clients need. So I have one corporate program right now. It's called the Global Mobility Academy. And this was designed to be workshops offline. So on Thursday, I will be in a hotel with a group of now 9 young tax consultants and immigration specialists. And we will talk about the whole global mobility process. Yeah, so it's like a whole 1-year program that they go through. This is offline, but during the pandemic, we had to conduct it online. So now we have a backup. We can do both, basically, blended learning. There are other clients, like we have a new client that is, they requested us like a program to celebrate diversity, equity, and inclusion in their team, because it's a very international team. So for them, we just offer like a modular approach where we have like 90-minute sessions on Zoom. So it really depends on the needs of what the clients requests.
Fascinating stuff, Angie. Thank you for sharing that. We just have a few minutes left on this brief interface here between us. And, our talk show coming up on Friday, it's got 21 people who want to speak, so it's really going to be interesting.
That will be a challenge.
Yeah, but Philip Berry, I don't know whether you know him, old friend of mine from New York, retired VP HR with Colgate Palmolive. He was based in Paris for 20 years, managing people in 60 countries. So he's going to co-host with me.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and so the topics are EQ and IQ and CQ. Are you familiar with all that?
I think so.
Yeah,
sounds
IQ is IQ, whatever that means anymore. But CQ is customer awareness. EQ is emotional intelligence. And he says, today's managers, because of the pandemic and working from remote, it's different needs. Managers have to be more flexible and more collaborative in nature.
Oh, yeah.
And now, are you seeing that in your sessions?
I think it's a general topic that also comes up a lot in one-on-one coaching. So, I also do executive coaching. And becoming a more open, inclusive, non-hierarchical leader is a big theme. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And one
Go
other
ahead.
thing, that comes up a lot right now is there's so many, because of this, war for talent, that's finally seemed to happen. You have to onboard and offboard people a lot more, build a team faster, accelerate performance and productivity. So this is also one of the topics that we're working on with a new proposal. It's like, global virtual teams, how do they work together? How can you accelerate performance and productivity as a leader in those teams? And also, how you work together better as an international team.
We are pleased to welcome Adamo Education as a proud sponsor of Global TV Talk Show.
The concept of a micro school is the reimagining of the one-room schoolhouse. My name is Tamara Becker. I'm the president and CEO of Adamo Education. The micro school concept really does not just lend itself to the personalization and the customization of learning, but also the social development and fostering that sense of love for learning. Unlike what we see in traditional brick and mortar schools, we have multiple grade levels in the same learning space. Students can be enriched by the socialization that they get, as well as the academic support from peers. What differentiates Adamo is the fact that we are taking the best pieces of brick and mortar, of digital, and then at-home learning. Students here can come 5 days a week. They can come 4 hours a day. It will really just depend on what is best for the student and for the parent. To enroll, just reach out via phone, text, or email, and we'll have that personalized conversation, and we'll be able to get you all set. Check us out at adamoeducation.org.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
So managing in a collaborative environment rather than strict I-thou relationships.
Yeah, I think I've been a fan of this for a long time, and also worked in more lateral relationships with a lot of vendors, for example. And I tend to say in global mobility lectures that I see us all, on an eye-to-eye level. Like, I think we're a big family, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure that the process, the expat experience is excellent. We can only do that if we're all part of one team. But I'm not the hierarchical manager of the person that I just spoke to, like who runs an apartment service, or the person who runs a relocation service, or the person who's a tax consultant. I can only build a relationship to them, work together closely, go through difficult times together, and that builds trust, but also builds a really good team. So I think that the lateral leading is a lot more important now, because we will get to this gig economy. And some, like the movie industry, the advertising industry, a lot of artistic areas, they already work like this. But we will see this in companies. I don't know if I ever told you this, probably not. Like in my global mobility lectures, when I talk about organizational design, I use 2 images. The old image is like the old hierarchical company, the leading in a triangle of fear. So when you have the hierarchy, it's the triangle of fear. And then now with the gig economy, because there is like one central person, but everyone is sort of, loosely coming to the other person. You see what I'm painting is a flower. So it's a flower of hope. So the triangle of fear versus the flower of hope. Because it also gives you a chance, if you're like me, like a provider who wants to work on an eye-to-eye level with clients, it gives you a chance to really be a part of it, to co-design things. And it's so much more fun than just, doing what somebody tells you to do.
Yeah, collaboration is it. So, Angie Weinberger, thank you for being my guest on this really fast-paced dialogue. Yet we did a deep dive into this texture that's
Wonderful.
Developing, depth and scope and texture of communicating better in the workplace and in life too.
That's the second thing.
So Angie Weinberger is on LinkedIn and People transitions. What's the website?
globalpeopletransitions.com.
Well, that's nice and easy, isn't it, out there, people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and contact Angie Weinberger.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
You take care.
Thank you, Ed. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.